Georgia, in what many refer to as the prettiest little stadium in America. And
No, I didn't.
Georgia Southern Eagles.
Oh, yeah. I'm seeing Antonio Brown. I see some comments were saying it was self-defense. Nah, he's wanted in for questioning. Oh, you see video?
As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Kent State Golden Flashes, taking on the 21st ranked team in the land, the Georgia Southern Eagles. 48 Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started.
I'm kicking the ball. Let's go.
Golden Flashes will kick it off to get us underway. Coming out with it, it's Murphy. They drag him
This
down.
nigga about to see daylight, Mike.
What? The big return out of the end zone and came up a little short.
Yeah.
Split backs here. The give to the back.
What? He just walked by me.
Productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. These two conferences have been tied together for years through the Sugar Bowl.
Bro, I could have stopped him. He just walked by me, bro.
And now the rivalry on the field between the Big 12 and the SEC.
Yeah, and conference realignments played a big factor, too, between these two conferences. Think back to when Texas A&M and Missouri joined the SEC. So this is always a fun one to watch, David. Wide open offense from the Big 12, and then you get the physicality and the speed from the SEC.
I think you nailed it right there. Two totally different worlds. They live in different worlds all the time. One is pitchy, woo-woo, throw it around all over the yard. The other one, physicality. Which style can present itself today and win the ball game?
And to keep this opening drive going, they'll need to convert 3rd and 1. Trying to pick it up on the ground.
Fuck.
And the Eagles get enough for the first down.
It's a really good sign when you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on 3rd down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
Here comes the option.
Bro.
He has the first and still on his feet. And he put his foot in the ground and turned it upfield and turned it into a big play. Great decision to keep it.
When your run game's working like this early in the game, man, it makes everything so easy. And after big runs like that, watch for this offense to come back and attack some play action down the field.
The give to Davis.
I'm going on mute. I'm going on
He
mute.
has enough for the first down.
First down.
I'm fucking
Establish the running game.
out of here. Yeah, bring a jacket.
Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
Georgia Southern about to snap it on another 1st and 10. They'll leave it with the lone back. They pull him down after a 4-yard gain down to the 24. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
Line getting set on 2nd down. Fast motion from the offense. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes. when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game, plus territory. Lets it fly deep downfield. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. He'll try to take it back. He's inside the 40. At the 20. And what a return as he takes it back to the 8.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
Quick pass on the fly motion. Into the house. Touchdown, Kent State. The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
7, Georgia Southern, 0.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Murphy. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Red pass, it's complete. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
Running back searching for a hole. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Nice run there on 1st down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll go right back to it. Quick spin on the run. They make the stop of this running game, moves the chains as they get the 1st down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle, nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Kent State 7, Georgia Southern 0.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Got him looking run. He wants to throw. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And that pass intercepted. Got room on the return. He's at the 40. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
What an amazing play by the defense. Not only do you get the interception, but you completely flip the field. And how about the open field running by that guy once he made the pick?
Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. We'll see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Looking to pass. It's Richardson. Dances away. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
They go to the ground. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down. The golden flashes in the hurry-up. Off play action on first down. And a little too much adrenaline on that throw. Never gave his receiver a chance. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. With jet sweep pass. Touchdown, golden flashes. And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
And that's his 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. My man is just finding pay dirt. Tell you what, these are the kind of guys that you continue to feature throughout a game when he can do this kind of damage after he catches the football.
Georgia Southern, 0.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
On the move. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right? And having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
Quarterback keeps it. And they're able to get a 3rd down stop here. See if they go for it on 4th. The defense going to stop the clock with the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They're a couple of yards short of the 1st down, but the offense will stay out there on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Quickly complete. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down. He unleashed a bullet on that pass and converted the 4th down.
Gotta love it. Some people get conservative. Some people don't want to mess up. 4th down, you could tell. He wanted that window, and he threw it as hard as he could. Throws a strike to the wide receiver. Gets the big 4th down conversion.
The Eagles have it with a 1st and 10. Quarterback will audible. Looking for a man. It's Everett. Pumps it downfield. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup.
And a really good job focusing on the catch. A lot of people get lost on their feet and trying to stay in bounds, but did a good job catching the football first and then getting that 1 foot they needed in bounds.
They'll ride Davis here. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. And the Eagles moving quickly to the line. Now the play fake. Got out of trouble and throws. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
This defense is heating up. They got an interception in the last possession. You could tell breaking on the football really, really well. Seeing where the quarterback's throwing it, going to try to get it. Got another hand on it. Almost had another interception.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Buying some time. He'll let one go down the right side. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense.
Well, he started rolling to his right, and because of that, it allowed the defender some time to close the distance between himself and the intended target, and his speed got him to the point, and he was able to come away with the pick.
Wants to pass it. He's going for a big play downfield. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy. It's 2nd down.
Ooh, there's an example, Jesse, of a receiver making his quarterback look bad. Most of the time, they make it look good and cover up for him. All those balls y'all don't throw online, but oof, that would hit him in a pretty good spot. He needs to come down with that one.
He breaks a tackle. Got the 1st down and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea. Because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch. As you saw in that last play, getting a 1st down.
Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. He's looking to throw it. Fires left. It's complete. Off he goes. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. Here's 1st and goal, and they could go to the locker room with a huge cushion. They'll try to run it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Kent State. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. The fake, and he wants to throw. And he's got it. He's into the end zone for the 2 and extends the lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Georgia Southern, 0.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the 1st half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the 1st half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
To the air, it's Everett. Takes a hit as he fires. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Touchdown, Golden Flashes. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. Look, Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner goes down. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Brian. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. Georgia Southern in a hurry. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. To the ground with the back. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Comes out throwing on first down. Looking deep down the right side. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half. Just enough time for one final play in this half. They'll leave it with him. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Second half all teed up, and Georgia Southern will start it with the kickoff. He'll call for the fair catch here. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. Touch pass on the run. And he's running in the open. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to throw, it's Richardson. That pass is incomplete. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a third down stop. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to go option, and they're trying to put that defensive end in a bind, but he's just way too athletic, and he guessed right. The quarterback was keeping the ball. He knew it and was able to make the tackle in the backfield.
So the offense will go for it around midfield. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Throws to the wideout. And that ball is picked off. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
And look, this guy has some serious moves, and he tried all of them and still didn't get loose.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Off play action. They're trying to get to it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls in.
Going over the top. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
You know, these throws to the perimeter of the field can be so tricky for a quarterback. You've got to be pinpoint accurate and have great timing. You didn't see it there from the QB.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On 4th down, looking to pass. Makes a grab enough for the first. They'll mark him down right there, but it is a big play, and they'll move the chains.
They're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman and a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's at the 24. They'll keep it on the ground. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominated at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
Georgia Southern will have it now, 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small game, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that.
And on offense, you know this is 4-down territory. You have to come away with a touchdown. You're getting boat raced in this game right now, and you're going to have to make this possession count.
Yeah, definitely because of the slow start, now putting yourself behind the 8 ball, I think this offense is going to have to be aggressive the rest of the game.
Cut it. Here we go.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Caught in the backfield. It's Davis. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
What a snag by the defense. They got him down quickly after the pick, but he'd already made the biggest play, and they've got it at the 38.
And we know turnover margin is a huge part of winning ball games. Interception number 2. This quarterback has to do a better job taking care of the football. Don't force it. Take the high completion percentage stuff. Don't always try to go for the big play.
The give to the tailback. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Eagles will hustle to the line.
Brings up 2nd down.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Across the 25. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and he's going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
And Artie, it's completely changed the game. Like now it's 11-on-11 football. The quarterback used to hand it off and stand there and watch the play. Now he's very much involved in the play. He's running the football so much, and even when he's not, he's making somebody go with him and cover him. So the quarterback scrambling, the quarterback running has completely changed the way people play defense.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. And he throws yet another interception. Does he know which colored jerseys they're wearing?
First and 10.
Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
First and 10 from their own 15-yard line. They're going to ride this running back. Across the 25, he's got room. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Well, on that one, they decide to attack the left outside on the ground. You see the speed by the ball carrier there, Reese, picking up a huge chunk of yards.
I can't imagine any reason they wouldn't just run that play again.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why not just go back to the well one more time?
Kent State 29, Georgia Southern 7.
First down to start the drive after the break. Here's the handoff. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really nice job.
Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
Wants to throw. It's Richardson. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
The give from the gun. Crosses the 30, he's got away. Touchdown, Kent State! And the stomping has commenced. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the window...
Going for it all. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Coming after him. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but They're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
The give to Davis. On the move at the 30. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
They came into this game today knowing that this guy was going to have to leave his mark in this one, toting the rock, and he's done that. He's come up with some big plays, and he continues to do that here late at a juncture where they've got to continue running it if they're going to win.
Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. Georgia Southern in a hurry.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
They're trying to send a message with this running game. He stopped after a pickup of 4 to the 33. They're looking at a third down and short from the 33. Leaves it with the back. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. When you've been around like this guy has, you know how valuable picking up the first down with your feet can be. And the Eagles come to the line with a new set of downs. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Finds his big tight end. And he might be known for one pitch, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. Offense gets set for second down. Scanning the field, it's Everett. Trying to get to it. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football team.
It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. He'll pull it down. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. It's fourth down now, and this likely the final snap before the 2-minute warning. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. It's fourth down now, and this likely the final snap before the 2-minute warning. Quarterback checking the play. On fourth down, going to the air. Trying to make magic with his feet. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Georgia Southern will have it now, first and goal. He'll take it himself. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. The defense calls the timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together. Can the D deny them on second and goal? Now on the move. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Georgia Southern in a hurry. Looks as if he's going to run it. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Pollock.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
Makes the grab on the left. Gets it into the end zone for a touchdown.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, It's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle. Nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. So the 16-play drive, it was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Oh, the offense very fortunate to fall on that football.
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling, you're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Pressure coming. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48. After this, it'll be a wrap. Looking to throw, it's Everett. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Taking it the other way. And he steps out of bounds after getting the pick, and this one is in the books. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this